Guys, it's Monday.
Yes.
Just last been planning. What we're doing this
I
week.
don't know what I said yes for. yes.
It is Monday.
It's Monday, yeah.
What are you doing, Jack? Go on.
Yeah, so for me, I'll be doing a little bit of Cunning Pickles work, showing our new volunteer the stuff, how to work the programs and how to do the artwork. And then I'll be jumping on to our new Skylet, which is called Thor now. Not to be confused with the Marvel Thor, like the Snow Thor.
Well, at least going to put some images there. That's great. Yeah, and for me, I'm going to be working on player progression and continuing on saving and loading, because saving and loading still doesn't work, so get it working.
Yeah, cool for me. It's going to be finishing up the WooLoop DLC, getting that QA tested, Bob thankfully very nicely finished up on the weekend, and then just making a start on the next Sexy DLC as well.
Okay, a bit of an odd start of the week. So I'm getting everything set up on the volunteer computer, basically just getting all of the projects downloaded. That's not because I think one of our volunteers is on holiday. I think he's gone down south. Very nice. But we've got work experience person coming to this week, just for this week. So they'll be in every day this week, and we've been working out a little plan for them. So we did this last week. Basically, we're going to take them through every day a different game. So starting off with Coloring Pixels, then Hexseed, then WooLoop, basically just going in order. And then they asked to have sort of like a project to work on throughout the week. So on the Thursday, we're going to basically take them through the process of like making a paper prototype. And I think Lee's going to use that as an opportunity to sort of help out with his Demeter's project. So it's sort of going to be a board game based on the enemies in the game, so we'll see how well that goes. And then we've got Show and Tell Pizza Pub Friday, obviously without the pub because they're only in year 10, and maybe some Viva Pinata on the Friday. But yeah, hopefully it'll be good for them. I don't think we'll be able to show them off on camera very much, but yeah, a very interesting week for us. Laura's still dead.
So yeah, what I said, this level is just simply going to be too large. This is the raw standard level that I was working on last week. But yeah, even after, if you look here, some of these lines down at the bottom here, gone through and moved a lot of pins, sort of trying to decimate it down, compared to the ones up here that hasn't been touched yet, which got a lot more pins in it. Still think it's going to be too large. Ones would do all that. There'll still be about 3,000 steps, which is going to be far too many. So yeah, I'm just going to scrap this level, unfortunately, and then go on to make a different one instead. There's only one left to do, and I think we're going to do this sort of like cartoony looking Bannerman instead. Just a bit different to what I've already done, and yeah, that should be a lot smaller than this one back here with far too much detail.
Okay, so I've been working on some sort of, I guess, player progression, we're calling it. So essentially, one big part of the game is being able to unlock things as you play and progress.
The only way for me to solve this crisis is to be Superman 4, The Quest for Peace.
Oh, that's why they call it that.
So one of the ways we're doing that is these like large buildable objects, we're calling them. So things like the sky pier, the bridge, this thing which is supposed to be spinning. It's a water wheel, if you couldn't tell. Who needs artists, right? The bridge, this bit of rock face here, which is the stairs, and you can just walk up it at the moment, I know. I've just basically been working on all of that. We did have something similar working for the demo back in October, but it was all driven off the UI, and there was no way to sort of like store any of the data, and it wasn't very good for like expansibility, right? Is that a word? I don't know. But yeah, if we wanted to add more objects in the game, maybe like another island in the future or something like that, and you needed to build a bridge to it, it wouldn't be very good for that, and it all works off links. So it's not great. But yeah, anyway, I've been working on that. The backbone seems to be there. You can see most of these objects are like fully built now, and they seem to be fine. That's just because I'm in sandbox mode. Whereas if you were playing in the normal mode, it would all start as broken, and you wouldn't be able to cross any of it. Still a couple of issues, like you see this staircase has got the rocks on it, which should be removed. But yeah, getting there.
Okay, so it's been quite a productive day for me. Thor has came along really quickly. On another note, he's now called Thor, spelt with a T-H-A-W, like snow. But yeah, it's come along really well. This texture was pretty much good to go when I came in, so I immediately started to rig and then animate the character. The rig was quite simple. As I did mention last time, I did do this sort of method where I essentially pretended there was an arm, a sort of like a forearm, sorry, not forearm, a bicep and upper arm here, and then just sort of modelled it that way, and it seemed to work quite well. So overall, I'm pretty happy with that. I've pretty much got all the animations done. There's only one more to go, which is the special animation, but as for the rest, they all seem pretty good. So this one's the eat animation, one of the ones that I was quite happy with. He kind of just scoffs his face there with some food. Oh, thought it was quite cute. I've got the run animation, which I thought was quite funny. He kind of looked like he's kind of like a bossy walk. So I'll put that at 20. Which is quite funny, I quite like that. It's not looping perfectly, obviously, but it will in game. Then we've got the... How many have I done? Go for the... Happy. Happy's quite cute. And we can't make use of his floating arms here. They kind of bounce up and down. I really like that one. So yeah, these are pretty much done, and they're going to be... I assume they'll be put in game tomorrow when I give them the rub. So, see, finish this special animation, and then I'm going to move on to the Triceratops character. Okay, so it's been a bit of a different day for me. Usually, when it comes to my 2 weeks as Skystead, I work primarily on the Skylets. However, today's been a bit of a change of pace. Instead of working on Skylet stuff, I decided to make up some time and design the next keeper, which I thought would be a good idea, and also I've made a few asset fixes as well, but nothing I can really show there. But the next keeper has came along pretty well. This is based off the second design, which is this one here. Oh, where's it gone? So, we've already designed this middle one here, and this is the left one. I think overall I've gotten there pretty well. Maybe the head's a little bigger in this design, but I quite like the sort of bit more of a realistic sort of aesthetic here. But overall, I'm pretty proud of it. It's come along pretty well. I got there pretty quick too. The apron seems to work out quite well. I'm just hoping when it comes to weight painting, it works okay. I'm now in the process of just doing the UV map, and it's come along pretty well. I'm adding the seams in. I'm not sure if this is going to work out too well for the head. It's a bit of a complicated sort of mesh, so hopefully that'll work okay. So I'm just going to continue and work on this, and then hopefully the texturing will be quite fun to do.
So one of the tasks today is getting another update post out for Skystead Ranch. Try to go those every couple of weeks, if not every month, just so people are up to date with what's going on in the development who don't watch our vlogs or something else like that. And so yeah, I made the asset. Again, we're trying to make the actual cover images a bit more interesting than our previous game. So I've made a little asset there with a screenshot and some more details. We're making some assets to actually put in the post itself. And then I'll just draft it up here, preview that. We've got all the images of all the new things that have been going on, like we've been seeing over the past few devlogs, so the new Skylets, the new zones, saving and loading. Just giving you a bit of detail in text regarding that. It does still need a proofread before it goes live, so I'm just leaving that on as a draft. But yeah, if that's all good, we'll be sending that out.
So today I've been working on more player progression stuff. So I've managed to get the buildables actually buildable, which is really good. So you see that signpost just appeared there. That's just because at the moment it's tied into once you complete the first part of the tutorial, it just spawns. It will eventually have it so that it was very similar to the October DLC type of thing, where there would be like a bit of a cutscene and then it would appear and things like that. But yeah, anyway, you can walk up to it and you can interact with it. I think the plan is for this bit to be required to have some sort of like cost to it, but right now you just click on it and you get it done. It's kind of cool that all the animations and things are still working, which is unexpected, but always happy. Takes a while for the boat to arrive. There we go. Hello. Yeah, so I've been working on a lot of things. You can see some of it is quite broken. So the icons for the seeds are all broken. That's fine. We should have a script that takes screenshots to repopulate those. It's just because I changed the name of the back end, it sort of like broke it a bit. Just temporary, should be fine. So we've got the seeds. The same thing happened with the buildables. But a big key change that we've done here is this store page for the right side is actually different for the seeds and the buildable objects now. So when you're buying an object that's like, I don't know, a wooden bin or something like that, we can have a different layout to what you would have looking at the seeds. Yeah, so you see the seeds have got like this sort of like progression of showing the growth states and stuff like that. We can have completely different layout for the buildables, which is really cool. And we've also got the large buildables, which is the thing that I kind of want to get working. So you can see the layout of the buttons is slightly different, so it's just up and down. I think that's just because we've got not as many. You don't really need the grid format. I think I might do something similar for the spells as well. And yeah, you should just be able to buy on these, and then this is different again, so it can have a different layout, and then you buy them, and then it will probably have an error. Yeah, it's not quite happy with that bit I haven't set up, but just getting there. Lots of stuff. I need to do a quick pass of the screenshotting scene though to fix all of this, because it is quite annoying that it's all broken.
Okay, so yesterday I actually took the day off, which is why I didn't record anything. However, I did find myself a little bored throughout the day, so I actually did something a little bit creative, and that was I kind of just sat down and just made a new Skylet. It was quite a creative process, as I really didn't communicate with the guys that was doing it. I kind of just sat down and decided to do it. And this is actually based off the design from my sketchbook that I did alongside Thor. It was essentially like a little lizard character that I really liked. Obviously, it wasn't for the final design of Thor, but I thought I'd bring it through and just kind of make my own thing. Obviously, the design is quite different. That's a big bus going outside. And the design is quite different, and I definitely did just kind of go at it on a whim. I didn't really, further down I didn't develop the design digitally. I kind of just went in with the model. I think overall it came out pretty good. I actually really like this little character, especially his little arms. I kind of wanted to implement a few little designs in here, primarily a lizard, but I also wanted to put a ferret in there as well, sort of like the elongated body and the little arms. I thought that looked really cute, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. So right now, I did obviously set the guys towards the end of the day, and one of the things that they pointed out was the feet are a bit boxy, which I can completely see, so I'm going to go in now and fix up those feet. So I'm going to fix that up, and as you can see already, it's been UV unwrapped. So after this, I'm going to jump straight into texturing and give them a pretty colour palette.
Yes, so today I've been cracking on with this large buildable stuff. So just show you a bit of the workflow that we've got going on now. Oh, bit of lag. You notice that the airship didn't have a spawn at the beginning, so it's so yeah, it only appears now when you built the sky pier, which is quite nice. I've also just been spending a lot of today doing lots of stuff to do with like tax, and needed to get something verified by its solicitor and all sorts of boring stuff that I can't really show you. But if you click on this page now, you'll see that it's got like an in-stock section, and then you've got the 3 main upgrades that you'll be able to buy at the beginning. I think this is what we're planning on doing, these 3. I'm not sure if we'll have them unlocked later, but at the moment that's the case. When you buy one of these, it like moves into like an out of stock section, so you can still look at it, but you can see that the button isn't going to work. So if I go ahead and buy all of these for free, and then probably a quick fast forward. Cool, and then you see that the signposts now appeared for these 2 buildings. So I'll quickly build those. Not at all. And then now when we go back to this, you'll see that there's new things in the shop that are active. That's because we built those objects, so that things in the new area we should be able to unlock and build, which is kind of cool. So it's just nice to get this whole floor working. And then a couple of these, if you buy and upgrade them, then we'll unlock more stuff as well. So stuff like the wooden stairs will unlock the lift and the water wheel, and the house repair will unlock the different upgrades for the house as well. So cool.
So I've just finished up the QA testing for the Microscopic DLC here. All the testing is done. There's very little to fix, just minor little tweaks here and there for the pack. So all in all, very well done. I've gone ahead and renamed all the file names as well, so they're now in size order, so they've already been re-imported. That's all I have to do is re-import these images into Chroma Pixels in the correct order, with these obviously the updated, corrected versions as well of the images. And then other than that, it's just the minor tasks such as all the back-end stuff on Steam, and then the achievements and whatnot, which will be coming up next week in time for the release.
Okay, so the texturing for the lizard is done, and overall it looks pretty good. This is pretty much how I wanted it to look. The colour palette with the sort of nice, I suppose that's like a mustard yellow, and the sort of aqua blue at the top with a bit of sort of purpley brown spots. I'm really happy with this. I think it really pops, and What my only problem was is that I was hoping it would stand out a lot from Big B, and I think it will. Hopefully when it goes in game it'll stand out. But yeah, overall pretty happy. I also got the rigging done as well. The rigging for the sorry, I shouldn't be called Lizard. It's actually called Newt now. This is Newt, the new Skylet. The rig for Newt is now done. Needs a little bit more tweaking. I pretty much just rigged it up. Haven't done any weight painting yet. Essentially just want to make a pose for the render, which I can also show actually. I've got a render of him now. There. Thought this was a cute pose. Looks a bit mischievous. But yeah, overall pretty happy with this. But I've got to leave it for now as I need to move on to the Triceratops Skylet. So into the news. So yeah, this is where we left off last time. And Rob was definitely leaning in towards this one up here and this one. So I kind of took those two designs and I moved them forward to these ones here. And overall we're thinking of these two, especially the body from this one, and I think primarily the head from this one. So the plan is I'm going to jump over the iPad and digitize it and merging those two designs together to see what we can come out with. Okay, so it's been a lot of admin stuff today, but I have had a chance to do some design work on next Skylet, which is the Triceratops, which I believe is now called Trike because of its 3 horns. And overall it's coming out pretty well. I started this morning off with finalising the sketch here and doing a bit of a colour palette, and overall I think it looks pretty good. So I jumped straight into modelling, and as you can see it's pretty close to the original design. I'm a little unsure on the head. The head's a lot higher on the 2D design. I much do prefer that than this. So I'm going to do a bit more work and see if I can try find a more elegant way to sort of lift the head up, because right now this is not going to work for rigging as the head is separate, just so I had a bit more control over the sort of, was it a mane? You'd call it a mane? I don't know. So I need to do a little bit of work on this, but hopefully soon this should be finished and I can start UV unwrapping so I can jump to texturing. Rob Lee, it's Friday, we've reached the end.
Very full from the pizza.
I said that a bit grimly.
I know, I don't feel great, honestly.
Yeah, as you're watching this video, we have a Colour Pixels release coming out. It's the Microscopic DLC that's been getting QA tested this week, and it's all ready to go. So make sure to check it out. Head over to the store page now. That'll be coming out at 8 o'clock tonight, UK time. As well as that, this month we have the next WooLoop DLC coming up, the Flags DLC. That's pretty much ready as well, so make sure you check that out. You can wishlist that now. That'll be coming out in a couple of weeks' time. And as always, check out Skystead Ranch on whatever platform, Steam, Epic. It's not on Nintendo yet, but keep an eye out. It'll be there soon, I think. And,
Yeah, it'll be there eventually.
Yeah, so wishlist it. That will help us a lot. And yeah.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone who tuned into the stream today. Thanks to all the Patreons who paid for the pizza that I didn't chew. And thanks to Jack's mum.
Thank you.